So before this video ends, you'll be knowing how to use the DSE model for your entries, advanced top-down analysis, and you'll be able to get better entries no matter the type of trader you are. Okay guys, so right now here is where we are, right? I always stress about this kind of of an ideal market maker cycle, right? It's so ideal and it happens almost every time on the market. But for me to try this kind of thing, I have to have an edge on the market. So for me to have an edge, I decided to create something like a model that I can actually use to take trades, to do stuff on the market. So I actually called the model the DSE model, right? It's actually a structurized model. You can actually see right here, it starts here on the, so I'll put one here on the directional side, right? Then on the second thing is the structure, then the third thing is the entries, right? So as per directions, what I do is I use a slightly bigger time frame, right, to plot those swing points and stuff, those zones, support and resistance. Then for the structure, I go and look for the high highs, high lows, high what on the slightly lower time frame. Then for my entries, I do use a time frame that is in relation to what I want to do for that day. If I want to swing trade, I'll use the time frame that is relevant for that. If I want to scalp, I'll use the time frame that is relevant for that. So right now, let me shift to the root chart and show you what I'm talking about regarding this model, right? So as I've stated earlier, I can't stress this point enough. You can actually see that from this point up to there, it was something like 3 levels, but we're not talking about that today. So I'll first plot my swing points, right, on the H4 time frame, because that's my directional time frame, right? So this is the first, sorry about that, this is basically the first swing point here. Then this one is a swing point, then to here it's actually in the same zone, so I won't do that. Here, and here. Then on the top side here, I've got this one here, then this one here, right? And then I forgot this one, which is important, right? So after doing this, I draw my rectangles in something like zones, like, so that I would definitely know which zone we are at, right? So I'm going to do this first here. It's actually a zone, right? I'll talk about zones later, but I hope you understand that. So I'm sorry. Let's do this. Okay, what is happening? What kind of juju be this? Okay, this is a zone, right? Okay, this is another zone here, right? This is also a zone here. So according to me, right, a zone is actually a place where a swing point is located, and that place here has got to have like 2 or more tree touches, right? As you can see, 1 here, 2 here, then this one here was actually playing around this zone that I drew that swing point. I hope by now you understand. I don't want to waste your time. I want you to understand, not to waste your time. So this one was also a zone here, right? You can actually see that from here there was that kind of things. Then here was also a zone, right? Okay, so the last zone that I'm actually going to draw is probably this one, right? So now that I have done my directional kind of things on the bigger time frame, I have to shift my structure time frame, which is the H1 time frame. Then let me zoom out a bit so that I see. So whatever price has to do, right, it has to move around these zones and do some crazy kind of things. And as you can see right here, we had our crazy resistance here, and price is still resisting up to this support. You can actually see that from this point. Let me zoom. You can actually see that from this point here up to here, we had something like an uptrend, like a trending market, right? And here we had our P formation low, then our first high, let me write it here, high here, okay, then lower, high low, high low, high, right? So from this point here, the trend that was moving is now becoming exhausted. As you can actually see right here, we had our resistance here, then support. You can actually see that this is a ranging market, and as for me, I don't trade this kind of ranging market. So I would rather wait for something like breakout from either direction. If it goes down to here, I'll wait for that breakout and retest to this zone. Right, let me do this. Right, so I would rather wait for the breakout. Right, then depending on liquidity and stuff and other stuff that I've actually talked about, I'll see what I'll do and see where the liquidity is actually located. So here, if it breaks structure to here, I'll wait for the retest to this zone. Right, then I will sell at this point here. Regarding that, I've analyzed using BTMM and stuff. So guys, this is all about this DSE model. You can actually use it depending on what kind of a trader you are. If you're a scalper, you might start analyzing on slightly lower time frames. You can put your directional bias on the M15, then your structure on the M5, then your entries on the M1. That is if you are a high volume scalper, as I do sometimes. And it's crazy, I don't want to lie. Okay guys, I really appreciate you for watching this kind of content. Thank you so much, and I'm grateful now that there's like 217 of us on the channel. Thank you guys.